All right, it is a big day on the Gyanvapi Mosque survey. In fact, we're looking at the Supreme Court all set to hear the mosque side of the plea, asking for this survey to be struck down, calling it illegal. Preeti Chaudhary, who is currently following and tracking developments coming in from court. Preeti, the court has yet to take up this matter, but what's expected and what's the anticipation around this entire hearing here by the Supreme Court today?
Well, suspense building up where the Supreme Court is concerned, Nabila, but it's a matter of two courts. The Supreme Court yet to hear the petition by the Muslim side wanting stall on the survey. They want, right now that the survey findings should not be submitted. There should be a stalling of all the legal proceedings that are going on in the Sessions Court in Varanasi. In Varanasi today was 17th May, where the findings of the videography survey had to be submitted. What we're given to understand is that it was a 5-long videography survey, and it's taking them quite a bit of time to collate all the information and submit that in a sealed envelope. Well, right now, it's hardly sealed because a lot of information of that is already out in public domain. But all eyes are right now on the Supreme Court. We are expecting to hear any time from the Apex Court. It might take a little longer than expected, though, Nabila, because primarily the matter is listed much later. It's not going to be heard out of turn. And what we are given to understand is that it's going to be post-lunch when the matter will come up. But once again, for the benefit of our viewers, I want to take them through on what is expected, the big developments coming in the Gyanvapi survey case. Like I pointed out earlier, the survey team says it will not be able to submit the report to the Varanasi court. The survey team has sought 2 days' time to file the Gyanvapi report, saying the report is not ready and thousands of photographs and videos are yet to be checked. Meanwhile, like I pointed out earlier again, all eyes are on the Supreme Court, which is all set to hear the Muslim side. Interesting to note, the Supreme Court bench comprising of Justice Chandrachud and P.S. Narasimha, both have been associated with a similar dispute involving the Babri Masjid. One of them, though, was a lawyer then and had appeared for the Hindu parties. Justice Chandrachud was a part of the 5-judge bench which announced the Ayodhya verdict. The Muslim side has rejected the claim, saying that the Shivling, which has claimed to be found near the Wazu Khana inside a well, is not a Shivling but a fountain. Now, hours before the Supreme Court hearing, the Hindu Sena also moved an intervention petition in the Supreme Court, saying Places of Worship Act cannot apply to ancient temples covered under ancient monuments.
3 दिन पूरे सर्वे चली ज्ञानवापी परिसर का, जिसमें नेतृत्व विशाल सिंह साहब ने, जो कोर्ट कमिश्नर हैं, और अजय मिश्रा जी हैं के नेतृत्व में ये पूरी सर्वे कार्रवाई चली। और रिपोर्ट तैयार करने में काफ़ी समय लग जा रहा है हम लोग को, क्योंकि समय नहीं मिल पा रहा है। तो हम लोगों ने ये निर्धारित किया है कि आज माननीय न्यायालय में एप्लीकेशन दे करके समय मांगा जाएगा, और उसके बाद ही जो समय मिलता है उस समय पर हम लोग माननीय न्यायालय में जो है अपनी रिपोर्ट जो है प्रस्तुत करेंगे।
ये 2 वीडियो सामने निकल करके आए हैं, और उसमें एक वीडियो जो कि उस वजू खाने का है, जिसके भीतर कहा जा रहा है कि शिवलिंग मिला है, वो कौन सा वीडियो है?
देखिए, ये वीडियो है और एग्जैक्टली मैंने यही चीज़ देखी है। मैंने भी एग्जैक्टली यही चीज़ देखी है, और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि थोड़ा सा इसको खंडित किया गया है, पर हाँ, ये वीडियो जो है मैंने यही चीज़ देखी है। और इस वजू खाने के पीछे से एक रास्ता जा रहा है इसके नीचे तक, तो अब उसको खुलवाने की मांग होगी कि उसको खोला जाए और देखा जाए कि शिवलिंग कितनी।
कहा गया कि ये 12 फीट और कुछ बताया जा रहा है, कितना है आप लोगों को क्या जाने?
देखिए, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि करीब 2.5 से 3 फुट ऊंचा होगा, और इसका 4 फीट का डाया है। 4 फीट का डाया है और करीब 2.5 से 3 फुट ऊंचा होगा। तो अभी और नीचे कितना जा रहा है, ये तो जब नीचे की दीवार खुलेगी तब पता चलेगा। इसकी फोटोग्राफी वीडियोग्राफी कमीशन ने की है, और मुझे लगता है कमीशन अपनी रिपोर्ट कोर्ट के सामने सबमिट करेगा।
यह मस्जिद नहीं, मस्जिद मैं मानता हूँ, जो कि हमारे आराध्य स्थल को तोड़ करके बनाया गया। उनका नमाज भी जो है, कुरान के अनुसार उनका नमाज खुदा जो है कबूल नहीं करता है।
आज ज्ञानवापी मस्जिद को लेकर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में सुनवाई है, और हिंदू सेना ने भी हिंदुओं की ओर से वहाँ इंटरवेंशन एप्लीकेशन फाइल किया है, और हमने इंटरवेंशन एप्लीकेशन फाइल करके ये कहा है एप्लीकेशन में कि जो वहाँ कार्रवाई चल रही है वो एकदम सही चल रही है, कोर्ट के आदेश पे काम चल रहा है, और मस्जिद कमेटी काम में बाधा उत्पन्न करने के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट आई है।
जिस आदेश से वो एरिया सील की गई है, मैंने पहले ही बताया कि वो एक जुडिशियल ऑर्डर नहीं है। वो आदेश पारित करने के लिए कोर्ट ने हम लोगों को न सुना न हम लोगों को उस पर आपत्ति दाखिल करने का मौका दिया, बल्कि हम लोग वहाँ पर एब्सेंट थे, हम लोगों को पता भी नहीं चला।
तो क्या इसके बाद आप लोग इस पर कुछ एक्शन लेने का?
अरे बिल्कुल एक्शन लेंगे, वो ऑर्डर इलीगल ऑर्डर है, इलीगल ऑर्डर को हम क्वेश्चन कराएंगे।
All right, viewers, so we are expecting to hear from the Supreme Court anytime, but I'm going to ask my camera person, Sachin, to actually show you the shenanigans have quite already begun where the Supreme Court is concerned. You see right there, a lot of the fringe coming in saffron shawls, in saffron dupattas, standing in front of cameras, giving their two bits. It's understandable. This case has flared up emotion, and a lot of people want to build capital at the back of that. So across the Supreme Court right now, a lot of places would be dotted with people like the ones that you see, primarily only for the benefit of the cameras. The cameras will stop rolling and they will disappear. But I want to cut across right now, after getting you a basic sense of what the Supreme Court looks like right now, is to my colleague Samar Srivastava, who's joining me live from Varanasi, the Sessions Court. Samar, today the Sessions Court has not heard the plea. It was a day where the submission had to happen of the 5-hour videography survey. I believe the Commissioner has asked for more time, difficult to collate together and elucidate a 5-hour videotape in the form of a document, a sealed document.
Well, exactly, Preeti. Vishal Singh is the Special Advocate Commissioner who has seek 2-day time. Around 2-day time has been sought from the local court, and it's going to be worth seeing because we were reporting from day one as we broke the news yesterday that there are unlikely chances that the report will be submitted today because the videographers or the Advocate Commissioners told India Today TV clearly that it will take a lot of time because the recording itself is more than 5 hours long and it has got more than 900 photographs of the entire premises of the entire survey. So it's going to be very crucial, and that is why they have sought such time. It was clearly said that they won't be able to compile the report in the given time, in 5 to 6 hours long time, because the report submission was about to happen around 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. and the survey was completed around 12 p.m. and after that protection was sought for the Shivling as claimed by the Hindu side. So it took a lot of time for the recorder, for the recording purpose, for the photography purpose, and compiling that particular report into one for the survey submission is going to be a hard task, tough task as well. Though they claim that they have completed around 80% of work of filing the survey, but still some percentage of work is still remaining, and that is why they have sought 2-day time from the court.
All right, so the submission not happening today, more time has been sought, but the Supreme Court will continue to hear the petition here. Samarth, give us a larger understanding. India Today has now accessed old exclusive visuals of the Hindu side claiming that there's a Shivling right next to the Wazu Khana inside a well. Have you been able to speak to the petitioners? Have you been able to speak to them? What does it look like? Because these exclusive visuals, clearly, we can't really identify whether it is a Shivling or not. It's a matter of investigation. But what are you picking up?
See, India Today TV accessed the images and the video in which it could be clearly seen there is a pond-like area in which something like Shivling is clearly visible out here, and that is something being claimed by the Hindu side. But when India Today spoke to Sohan Lal Arya, the first petitioner of the 1996 case, he said that he was also one of the witnesses who was around during the survey, in the 3-day survey, and he spoke to India Today and clearly said when we went inside and the water was taken out from that particular pond, it was clearly visible that the entire stone which they call a Shivling is of same texture, is of same thing. So that's why it was said that they are claiming, and Muslim side kept on claiming or titulating them that it's a Shava and there is nothing like Shivling around it. And then Vishal Singh, that Special Advocate Commissioner, swung into action and ordered to remove the water from that particular pond, and then when water was removed, the Shivling was clearly seen as claimed by the Hindu side, and suddenly that Vishnu Jain, the Hindu advocate, rushed towards the civil court and got the protection of that Shivling area, and that is why after that court ordered the sealing and 9 locks were put around that particular area where the proclaimed Shivling was found as per the Hindu side. So it's going to be worth seeing how this case goes because they have taken a 2-day time now and it's going to be worth seeing what they'll be doing with the case studies, with the pictures, with the videos they'll be finding. So it's going to be very, very crucial, and also how the Muslim side will react to this, because they are still claiming that it's a Shaba, it has nothing to do with Shivling. So what Muslim side will do next is also going to be worth seeing, Preeti.
All right, well, it would be interesting what the Muslim side does, but right now all eyes are on the Supreme Court. The Muslim administration says that it's a fountain, it is not a shivling. The Hindu petitioners say very clearly that it is a shivling, and it is very clear because the Nandi bell is also facing the shivling, and that goes into the tenets of Hindu mythology. But Hindu mythology aside, today the decision would be taken in court purely on the purview of law. My colleague Anisha Mathur is joining us live with more updates on that story. Anisha, when can we expect the court to hear the matter right now? Earlier on, there were indications that it would be about noon, but clearly things getting a little delayed.
Well, yes, Preeti, at the moment it is difficult to predict when it will this matter will get taken up. At the moment, just as the bench is scheduled to rise for lunch break, they are still passing an order in item number 3. And remember, this Gyanvapi Masjid case is item 40. So it is currently looking like this matter is not going to come before 3 or 3:30 even. So we'll have to wait and watch how fast the rest of the matters are heard by the court. If the court decides to take up this matter earlier than the other listed matters, that is something we'll have to wait and watch at the moment. But as you were discussing, this is going to be a very crucial hearing. There are a lot of issues at stake before the Supreme Court, as the Muslim side had sought to stay not only on the survey proceedings but also on the suit proceedings themselves. Now, with this order being passed yesterday regarding sealing of the premises, there is a change in what is happening on the ground, and that is one thing that the Allahabad High Court order, which is under challenge here in the Supreme Court, had said, that just because there is a survey does not mean that the religious character of this area will be changed or affected in any way. But now the religious character being affected with this claim of a shivling being found on the mosque premises, this is going to create sort of a issue. This is going to create a legal question that will have to be considered by the courts. But we'll have to wait and watch when the Supreme Court finally takes up this matter, and whether yesterday's updates, yesterday's developments are considered a factor before the apex court, which is ultimately hearing whether these proceedings in the civil court regarding right to worship are valid or not. Back to you.
Well, Anisha, stay on with me. We're going to now, cut across once again, encapsulating what Anisha said. The matter would come anytime after 3:30. It's listed 40. Right now, matter number 5 is being heard, so one can well imagine when the matter will be heard. It could be taken out of turn. That's the discretion of the court. Number 2, what was the difference between this petition and the petition that went to the Allahabad High Court? Because viewers, the Allahabad High Court had not stayed. It had not stayed the videography survey. It had said that the Sessions Court had ordered it. There's nothing wrong with it. One crucial change has happened ever since, and that change has been the decision of the Sessions Court yesterday of sealing the Wazukhana where the shivling has been claimed to be found. Now, that is a moot point which would be brought forth by the Muslim petitioners in the Supreme Court, saying that by sealing the Wazukhana, you are directly infringing, coming in the way of the Places of Worship Act 1991, because this is a pertinent process, ablution, the use of Wazukhana, where offering prayers or namaz is concerned. Now, it's up to the judge, the two-judge bench, to decide what they will confer of that. But I want to cut across right now to the exclusive visuals that India Today has actually got of the shivling, which the petitioners claim is a shivling which has been found in the well of the Wazukhana. Take a look at this report.
The Kashi Vishwanath temple complex and the Gyanvapi Mosque. Now, this area is in the headlines, but I want to explain this area to you a little in detail. Why is this so important, and why is Nandi, the ride of Bhagwan Shiv, actually facing the Gyanvapi Mosque and not the temple that was rebuilt or built afresh by Ahilya Bai Holkar after it was demolished on the instructions of Emperor Aurangzeb. Now, Nandi, it is believed, always faces Lord Shiv. And Nandi, as you can see here, is facing the Gyanvapi Mosque. When you look at the temple, well, the thing is, the Hindus believe that the Gyanvapi Mosque is where the temple or the original Shivling, one of the Jyotirlings, originally was. Gyanvapi or Gyan Koop, the well of knowledge. Let's explain this location and the lay of the land to you. So the belief is Nandi always faces Lord Shiv. And when you look at the Kashi Vishwanath temple complex, Nandi is actually facing the Gyanvapi Mosque and not the temple that was constructed by Ahilyabai Holkar. Now, for Nandi, it has been a very long wait. A wait of more than 352 years, 4 months and 15 days and counting. But this is just a process that has started. Now, it is also believed that you whisper a prayer in the ear of Nandi and it reaches Lord Shiv. That is the belief. Hindus have believed that for centuries. In this case, Nandi very patiently is looking towards the Gyanvapi Mosque. The Hindu side says they found Lord Shiv. What happens next is now will be a matter of investigation in courts. The 5 women petitioners wanted unhindered access to pray at the Shringar Gauri Sthal and wanted videography to prove that there was a temple where the mosque now stands. And now we will show you on the last day of videography or the court or mandated survey what was found. So the videography that was ordered, it happened for 3 days and there were absolutely no problems in the videography. Every side cooperated is the information that we have, and the Hindu side is claiming that at the Wazu Khana, that is where the Shivling was found. Of course, this has been contested by the Muslim side that insists that it was a fountain that was always there and already there. The ball now is in court for courts to decide what will happen next. Will the women devotees get unhindered access to pray, and will it be expanded further or not? We'll tell you more about that.
All right, viewers, a lot of politics has also come at the back of what is on swing right now in court and off court at the Gyanvapi Mosque, especially over the course of the last 1 week, where the survey was reordered, reinstated, where the commissioner was concerned and carried out. A lot of politics on play. Asauddin Owaisi has now jumped in. He's come out and said that the Gyanvapi Mosque was a mosque and will remain a mosque, and he will ensure that it doesn't go down the Babri Masjid way. Attacking the Bharatiya Janata Party, he said that the BJP is looking to be divisive in its conduct and this is a prime example of sowing hate. The BJP, on the other hand, has slammed Owaisi and said that the truth has finally come out, and the likes of Owaisi are trying to come in the way of truth, and it will not happen. Listen in to all the reactions.
91 का कानून ये कह चुका है, सेक्शन 4 सबसेक्शन 291 का कानून के कि किसी भी रिलीजियस प्लेस का कैरेक्टर और नेचर चेंज नहीं होगा। आज आप वजू खाने को सील करके वहां पर सीआरपीएफ और डीएम और पुलिस कमिश्नर को बोलकर आप तो उस कानून का उल्लंघन कर रहे हैं जो पार्लियामेंट ने बनाया। बोल दीजिए मोदी जी के मैं 91 का एक्ट को नहीं मानता, पार्लियामेंट में बिल लेकर आइए, अपनी ताकत आपके पास है और जुल्म एक और मर्तबा कर दीजिए।
कई सालों से तुम लोग हाथ पैर हमारे शिवलिंग, हमारे शंकर भगवान पर तुम लोग धो रहे हो। शर्म आनी चाहिए। जो तुम हमारे मंदिर को तोड़कर शिवलिंग को पानी में फेंककर तुम लोग नमाज पढ़ रहे हो, तुम्हें शर्म नहीं आती?
जहाँ तक ज्ञानवापी की बात है, ये एक हिंदू शब्द है, ये उर्दू का शब्द नहीं है, फारसी का शब्द नहीं है, अरबी का शब्द नहीं है। तो शब्द को देख के तो लगता है कि ये हिंदू मंदिर ही रहा होगा।
दबा था कि छिपा था कि छिपाया गया था, वह सब तो विषय जो है ही, लेकिन सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि शिवलिंग आज प्राप्त हो गए और शिवलिंग के प्राप्त होने के बाद बुद्ध पूर्णिमा के दिन प्राप्त हो गए, सोमवार के दिन प्राप्त हो गए और आज सोमवार बाबा का दिन होता है और आज के दिन प्राप्त होना, आज के दिन सूचना मिलना, यह खुशियों को शब्द नहीं दिया जा सकता।
कुछ इतिहास के पन्ने खोलकर पढ़ लेंगे तो शायद जो बंद बुद्धि है वो थोड़ा खुल जाएगी और थोड़ा विजडम आए सबको। और साथ ही जब मामला कोर्ट कचहरी में पड़ा है, कचहरी के आदेश पर कुछ काम दिया जा रहा है, तो उसमें खलल डालने का और उसमें माहौल खराब करने का काम ना करें। कोर्ट कचहरी की जो मान्यताएं हैं उनको माने।
मैं विश्वास करता हूं कि इस सत्य का पूरा समाज स्वागत करेगा, इसको स्वीकार करेगा और अपने मतभेदों को दूर करके सर्वसम्मति से हम आगे की दिशा तय करने में सफल होंगे।
I have trust in the Indian judiciary, so the honorable court will take a decision. It's a sub judice matter and I have full faith on the judiciary. Whatever is right, whatever is correct, that will come in front.
आज ये मस्जिद, कल वो मस्जिद, परसों वो मस्जिद। मैं तो बार-बार अपने मुसलमान भाइयों से कहती हूँ कि इनको बोलो एक ही बार हमें मस्जिदों की लिस्ट बताओ जिस पे आपकी नजर है, क्योंकि मैंने पहले भी कहा हम जहाँ सजदा करेंगे हमारा अल्लाह वहीं है।
हम कोर्ट के फैसले का पूरी तरीके से सम्मान करते हैं, मगर बड़े अफसोस की बात है, मंदिर हो, मस्जिद हो, गुरुद्वारा हो, चर्च हो या जो भी इबादत की जगह हो, उसको जो है इस तरीके की सियासत में डालना ये अच्छे सेहतमंद मुल्क की निशानी नहीं है। जिस दिन धर्म और सियासत ये दोनों चीज़ें मिल गई तो उस दिन हमारे मुल्क के लिए ये अच्छी निशानी नहीं है।
All right, viewers, the Gyanvapi Mosque controversy has now reached the United States as well. Muslim bodies abroad in the United States have come out and said that this is a distinct plan by Hindu right-wing BJP and RSS, Hindu supremacists, to make sure that mosques like the Gyanvapi Mosque are converted back to the temple, going the Ayodhya way. Lecturing on the court's order on Gyanvapi, the Indian American Muslim Council, an advocacy group, strongly condemned the order of the court to seal part of Gyanvapi Mosque in Varanasi. Reacting to the Shivling claim in Gyanvapi, the council said the court's order is giving legal cover to Hindu supremacists. The council said that the order puts spotlight on the Indian judiciary, which is actively facilitating the Hindu right-wing project of converting India into a Hindu nation.
Nobody is new to the Mandir Masjid controversy because it's something that's spread across the country. We're also immensely familiar right now with what's playing out in Varanasi, the Gyanvapi Mosque, adjacent to the Kashi Vishwanath temple. The allegation is that a temple was destroyed for this mosque to be built. It's not just in Varanasi, in Mathura also, and this is something the BJP has been talking about, that Mathura baki hai, because of the controversy surrounding Krishna Janmabhoomi and the Shahi Idgah Mosque, which is within that temple premises. In another part of Uttar Pradesh, this is in Jaunpur, the Atala Devi Mandir and the Atala Masjid are embroiled in a similar controversy, and there are several pockets in Uttar Pradesh where it's a similar story. Let's tell you also about Dhar in Madhya Pradesh, where in fact the question of the Kamal Maula Mosque, there is an allegation that the Vagdevi temple was actually beneath this mosque, and there's been a lot of talk about this as well. Similarly, in Madhya Pradesh, in the Vidisha district, at the Bijamandal Mosque, the claim is that there's actually Vijaya temple, that there's a temple below this, and there are questions about whether ruins of that can also be found at this particular district in Vidisha. All right, let's tell you also about another state, in Gujarat, in Patna, the Jami Masjid is embroiled in a similar controversy, and this is over a Rudra Mahalaya temple as well. In Gujarat, again, in the city of Ahmedabad, there is a Jama Masjid and a Bhadrakali temple. Again, there's a question about what really lies beneath in this particular part at the Jama Masjid. Now, interestingly, in Bengal also, in Pandua district at the Adinath Mosque, there is a claim that actually it was an Adinath temple. Obviously, questions loom on which is the truth, what lies beneath. But at this point, with what's playing out in Gyanvapi, there is a charge and there is, in fact, a spread of a pattern with many demands that a similar survey happened there as well.